See, Jared, what you doing right there? Jared, this is what you doing right here. You are.
That was a long time ago.
Okay, I'm just asking questions. That's what I'm here to do. I'm just asking questions. You know what I'm saying?
Jared, you are church's money. That's what you do.
Hey, but I mean, you asked some great questions, you know, Jared, when you talk about what prior to marriage. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I mean, I knew what I was doing was not right. I knew it wasn't right. So, and when I say it wasn't right, I'm just talking about me engaging in, you know, marriage, sex before marriage, and just being unrighteous. I always said that the one vice that I had, because I was never a drinker, never a smoker, I always felt like women was my vice. So I had to make a conscious decision, like, okay, well, yo, are you going to continue to be this guy? Are you going to be this guy at 35, 40, 45, 50 that's trying to pull up on whatever you can and run up on whatever you can? And then to Sunday's point, I think that in me making that commitment, it allowed me to have more time, because when you're dating here and you got one on this side of town and one on that side of town, and I mean, there's a lot of commitment still in dating, because whoever you're dating still wants to spend time with you. You're going to spend money. So like I tell my wife now, I said, girlfriend, I don't have time for a girlfriend, for one. And secondly, I don't want to spend the money I spend with you, much less with a girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Wait. It's me again, y'all. I got to ask a question. So the theme that I'm hearing right now from everybody except for my man Charles is that the getting married part of it had to do more with financial than it did with actual love. I mean, that's all I'm hearing. I haven't heard the word love yet.
Well, let me stop. Let me back up there. Now, my bad. I married for love. So I married for love. I definitely didn't marry for finances. You know what I mean? Which, you know, I got some people that I know that we've had conversations. So I don't know if you remember the conversation we had as a group, and a couple of our buddies were like, marriage is a business. Mm-hmm. You don't marry for love. You marry because marriage is a business. Because at the end of the day, finance is not right. You know, so I definitely married for love. The woman I'm with now, I always say, like, you know, when you were a child, as a young man, you have this vision of what your wife is supposed to look like. And when I saw her, I was like, bam, that's it. You know what I mean? I knew right off the bat that she was the one that I had these fantasies and dreams about all my life. So even to the day when I have my issues, which I do have a lot of issues, I ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I think back to that first day that I met her, and that keeps me right, or at least helps me to get back on track. You know what I mean? And then from the spiritual standpoint, I got married also because I felt like I wanted to try to live as close to right as I could. Mm-hmm. Not saying that I'm perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it allows me to kind of stay in line with my beliefs and me having my commitment to God, you know?
How many on this call has actually lived with a girl that they did not end up marrying?
Yes.
You too?
Yes. Sunday? Yes.
Yeah.
So hold on. Let me just clarify here. I married for love. I also married because it just made sense and it was a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? It was just a fit. It was nothing. It was a effortless fit. I didn't have to, you know, make a square fit inside of a circle. You know what I'm saying? It just automatically fit. The jokes were the jokes, the times and the memories of the memory. You know what I'm saying? It just fit. And other relationships were not like that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you know what I'm saying? For me, my wife met me when I was dirt broke. You know what I'm talking about? Dirt, bruh. I was on the mattress in my sister's house in the basement. I just got out of prison. I just got out of jail. I had no car. I had no job. Bruh. And my ankle was broke. I had Jack. I wasn't Jack. I was one of them low class, half Negro. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it was. But that's how I knew. That's how I knew. Let me shut up. Let me go ahead. Go ahead, Charles. Run that.
You know what I say, Charles?
Talk too much. You know I talk too much. You gotta do a part 3, bro. Just keep talking.
Let me do it from this angle right here. So I'm coming from a different angle, right? So my ex that I was with, let me say it this way, because I got a couple different views on this. One is that we dated 3 years and it was all long distance. So we wasn't in the same city. So we didn't shack up. So I don't believe in the shacking up. We got together months before we actually got married. Call it 5 months before we got married. I was at a place spiritually where I was like, okay, well, yeah, you made some mistakes, like Zia said earlier, in your life, and you want to come, have your reckoning, so to speak, and you want to do stuff right. So before I met my ex-wife, then I had made that decision myself that I wasn't going to have sex prior to the next person I got married to. And I actually kept that commitment up until my wife. And so I was clean for 2.5 years before I met my wife. And then we dated for 3 years and we didn't do anything then because I was trying to not do that. Then the last year of our engagement, then we messed up that vow. But the point was, the first 3 years we kept that, and I want to do it the right way. And like you're saying, Sunday, you just wanted to kind of, hey, I don't want to do this right there. What I'm saying now is my view of, I don't believe shacking up because I think that's the easy way to get out of it. Now, what I mean by that is that, and I said that to my wife, is that I didn't want her to move up to the state that I was in without getting a full agreement from me, getting a full commitment from me. And that means that you had to put that hardware on it. And so I said, don't move up till you put the hardware, because now you're saying just easy enough just to get up and sit there and leave. But if you don't have that hardware, you can have that your cake and eat it too. You know that adage, right? You can live with them, you can sit there and do all this type of stuff. And then when you ain't feeling her, you can go ahead and leave out. So my point in the commitment is that it's a little bit harder once you're committed to say, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and just bounce just because you had a disagreement. You need to sit there, you need to work it out, you need to have a conversation. So it's different when you're fully committed. So I still to this day don't believe that you should shack up, but I understand now from my past experience, because we were long distance, there was things that she did that I wasn't aware of until we moved in, which may have made me make a different decision, which may have made me understand her a little bit differently, which may have helped our communication if we did live together beforehand. But we didn't do that. And I say again, because some guys want just to be able to get off the hook. And to get off the hook means that I can live with you, I can eat up all your food, do all your stuff. And then when I ain't feeling you, I can go ahead and leave. So my reason for shacking up is saying, I agree with shacking up if you're committed. That's my stance. So if you're committed, meaning that you're fully, this is the girl I'm going to be with, this is the guy I'm going to be with, whatever the case may be, and I'm going to be with you, and then we're going to ride this thing on out. But if you're not committed, don't shack up, because there's too much.
What's the point? What's the point?
Last night, Sunday, I believe in the business part. I believe in the business part of it because it is a business. And when you get married, you're saying, look, I want to have this marriage. So then you set up what your lifestyle is going to be before you get married and what it's going to be once you do get married. Because if not, what you're saying, what's the point? The point is you get to learn people when you're together. But I don't think you should just be shacking up for the sake of shacking up.
Oh, boy.
I agree with Charles on that.
Charles, no, I do not agree with you, brother. What's the point? What's the point?
What's the point of what?
The same point.
What's the point? You're just sharing bills.
Not if you love each other. You can't.
If you love each other, you need to go ahead and get married.
Some people don't believe in marriage.
Well, then you don't believe in love.
Dude, the two ain't always synonymous, bro.
It is. It is.
You live in a different
How
world.
deep is the love that you profess for her?
Some people
You know because if you profess that love for her, then wait. Then hold off on sex. Then wait.
So that part I do agree on, because I think there should be more than just that, because as we all know, it's way more to a relationship than just sex. And so what I'm saying by that is that if you want to hold that commitment off and make it anew, now, if you've had sex in your whole life, you can't make that new and like it's the first time you ever had it. However, if you're spiritually connected with that individual that you're about to get with, you can have a renewing of it and it just be fresh and new for you two as a couple. I believe in that too. And you can have that and then, do it the right way, the way that you want to. That's what we were trying to do. We were on that path to do that.
So how did this end? I mean, are you still with her right now?
No, we're not. We're separated. Divorced.
Are you? Okay. So
maybe another show for that whole scenario.
Yeah. Let that go.
I was waiting for the question.
I wish you had
We keep it real on this show.
The background is we were dated 3 years, and then we were engaged for a year 4, and then we were married for 10 years, 14 years total. Just so you had a background. Another show, we'll talk about that, because when men talk,
hey, you might want to listen.
Hey.